Okay, so happy Friday, be alive, and dear participants of today's event, if you want to know what is BA personal development plan is and how we use it to perfectly match company and personal interest, you are very welcome to today's BA Project Insider event. As usual, it will be exciting and useful discussion. So I would like to pass the words to Dmytro and Iurii. So stage is yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Volodymyr. So guys, welcome to the business analysis community. And as usually, we're going to provide to you guys today very short but very intensive and valuable discussion with awesome expert from IIBA Ukraine chapter, Iurii Gomon, Director of Global Communication. And with Iurii, when we were preparing this event for you guys, we were thinking about the possible topic. And autumn, and we just made the conclusions, that autumn is the right time to provide the cross line, about everything that you did during the year and start to prepare for the next year of your activities. So that is why we choose a very interesting and not such popular topic in business analysis area related to the personal development plan creation and providing and other questions related to that stuff for BA. For BA is a radical approach to composing business analyst PDP or personal development plan. And with a great pleasure, I can say I want to introduce one more time Iurii Gomon, Director of Global Communication, Ukraine IIBA chapter. Iurii has a broad and worldwide experience of interaction, communication, building needed connections, and getting needed experience from the very wide community of international BA professionals. And I want to highlight also that Iurii is a founder of Passionate Business Analyst blog, and channel. So don't forget to subscribe. And I think that, Iurii, you can add something else about yourself. You're welcome.
Thank you, Dmytro. You said a lot of great words about me. It's a pleasure being your guest today. And yeah, I do a lot of stuff related to business analysis, and I share my experience. I share my passion for business analysis worldwide. So thank you for having me today as your guest, and I hope you have a great session today.
Yeah, it's a pleasure for us to cooperate and communicate today with you, to have a great conversation for such interesting topic. And let's go forward. About a couple of words about me, some of you guys knows me very well, some of you maybe don't know me, but I am Dmytro Lozovytskyi, Chief Business Analyst, EPAM, and I am also is a part of great Ukraine IIBA chapter team. I am Director of Competence Grow, and my personal credo is next that only on the edge, of different areas, different knowledge, we can provide something interesting in you for our practice. So this is my passion, to create some valuable things for you and collect an awesome experience and share this experience with you guys. Let's go forward. A couple of words about, or kind reminder about our new format. 30 minutes active discussion, 3 practical cases, 2 experts, and as usually, our main outcome, 1-pager helper for you guys. So let's shift to the first case, and I started my timer. 10 minutes for the first case discussion. Case 1, you versus company needs. What this case about? Guys, we have always in the practice we always have some kind of balance, or we should keep some kind of balance between individual business analyst interest in professional growth and also some kind of maybe another interests. about the BA skills development from company side. So we can say that we need to have the same vision on staff, project skills, and development process. And the main question is why, or natural question is why, because of the reason that personal PDPs and company skill track have a different accents and historical reason of their forming. And I think that this is very, very often case in our practice. So let's shift to the piece of advice, from Iurii side. So Iurii, what do you want to highlight as the primary challenges and how we going to resolve them?
Just to set some context, I want to share that when you approach your personal development plan, this great tool for your growth, you need to understand that you have this context of like, I suppose you've heard about balanced scorecard technique. It's like vertical approach to company goals, and on the top you have like financial goals, stuff like that, and customer satisfaction, then process, and then knowledge and people, right? The foundation. So when you approach your personal development, you should understand that from the company perspective, they focus on financial goals, on profit, on company brand, and stuff like this. So like high level goals. And from the company point of view, people is this foundation, right? And people skills is this foundation, but not like the goal per se. For you as a person, as an employee, as an expert practitioner, your goals and your growth is the focus. So that's where the disconnection happens, right? And basically, to match on your vision and company vision, you need to understand how your how your professional goals, how your skills contribute to processes, to customer satisfaction, and to basically company goals, right? So that's probably the first challenge, to understand how you contribute. Because as people, and it's fine that we are self-centered, we usually think about what's in for us. Why do I learn some skills? I probably want to get some raise, or get a new position, or get some renown. It may be different things that we want from our professional development, but we lose this connection with the company. So the first challenge is that we are losing this connection, that we have different vision, and sometimes those two sides don't work together to work on the vision together, right? So this is the challenge, and the only probably constructive way to work with this challenge is to actually sit together and start talking, to understand what our company goals, understand how your goals match to company goals, how you can contribute to those goals. What do you think, Dmytro?
Yeah, absolutely. We need to have some kind of balance, because we can't ignore, the company interests in the area of personal skills for this or that BA or BA group or BA chapter, etc. Because it depends on the strategic goals, of company. And that means, by another words, that means that our client need to have these skills in their practice with the help of this or that specialist, for example, business analyst. So I think that we always need to take in account what you mentioned. And I think that it is possible generally, in our practice, it is possible, because different companies have different clients, and different clients have different businesses with different needs, etc., etc. So that is quite interesting thing, how we can expand our experience during whole our professional life. So I think that that is why we need to create, as you mentioned, in these primary challenges that we were discussed together. Regular PDP has not a complex structure and vision at all. This is a challenge because every PDP should take into account these interests from employee and from company side.
Absolutely, that's a great point. And as I was saying in the very beginning, the there is this approach, balance scorecard like approach, when you view everything on different levels, from knowledge to application and to values and to impact you do. The same is with every PDP item. You should really see how each PDP item creates value and for whom. In this case, you can say that your PDP is structured. But what we experience a lot of time, especially in the companies that don't have like competency metrics or roadmap for the profession or roadmaps at all, that's most usually are the smaller companies, because bigger companies in Ukraine, they have some kind of competency tree and roadmap. But if you don't have it, basically you are out there on yourself, and you're trying to understand what you should include into your PDP. And usually it goes like this: company suggests some skills that are really needed for the company at this moment. For example, company would like to start a new AI project, and no one in company knows AI.
Absolutely.
And if you would like to learn AI, this matches with your interest. But if you don't want to do that, you want to do blockchain, for example, but company don't want to do that, there is this mismatch. So company throws into you the thing that is specifically needed right now, but it doesn't necessarily contribute to the systematic approach to the specialist growth, right? So the only probably treatment, or maybe the most efficient treatment to that, is to research what are possible competency trees or competency approaches. Like, for example, there is a competency model from IIBA. There is a competency model from BCS. It's UK based, more UK based approach, right? There is IREB, for example, approach to requirements engineering. See what are the frameworks and follow them. Or as a second step, start networking with fellow BAs from other companies, or just visit a couple of conferences and ask people, how do you grow as a business analyst?
Absolutely. And in that context, I have a question. I'm thinking about this question a lot of times. Iurii, you are very experienced business analyst, but again, we have one more challenge there, and we can say that how we can find enough time for upskilling at work time, because personal development plan we can do in parallel during the work time activities or hours, or maybe after them. So what will be your piece of advice?
Well, that's where the radical part of my approach always comes in. So basically, I see that the culture in many countries, like Ukraine, maybe Poland, the culture is a bit, we expect something to be given to us. I'm not sure where it comes from. I had a couple of discussions actually with psychologists, with other BAs, with BAs from other countries who experienced the same problem. For example, no, I don't want to add more examples, not to offend someone, because it was private conversations. But basically, people expect to be given something. Like, we expect that the company will give us our development plan, or company will give us the position, or company will give us time to actually spend on our education. But here, this company is making money, and we need to embrace this, right? The company is a commercial entrepreneurship, and we are a part of that company, and our first and primary activity is to help company earn money or fulfill their mission, whatever it takes. But usually, yes, it's a commercial activity. So we need to understand and accept the fact that the company expects us to do our job, right, and contribute to the general effort of making money. That means that if the company provides us some time for education, that's a bliss, that's a great thing. But if the company doesn't do that, that's like kind of normal kind of thing, right? So what you can do here is to first accept this fact, and then to understand where to find time. And usually there are two ways to do that. Oh, okay, three ways. First way is to do this after your work. That's what I did almost always. I just understood that I need to invest into my career, so I sat and just learned some stuff a couple hours every day after work. The second thing is to become much better and quicker at what you do. And if there are no tasks from the company, you can spend that time on education. And here is two roads, basically. You either can ask for more projects and potentially get more money right away, or you can say, okay, I have this free time, so I will spend it on education. So it's really up to you. Either you work more, you get education, or you sit sipping coffee. That's also an opportunity, but then we shouldn't cry about that we don't have time for education. That's where my radical part goes in. And the final stuff is to, get a sabbatical for a couple of months or half a year and learn some stuff and then get back into work. That's a bad advice, of course. Don't leave your companies. But sometimes, that's not just putting that out there. That's also an opportunity for you.
Yeah, if you're working or if you're studying, for example, on MBA program or some kind of very, very known and valuable international certification on the whole world level, etc., why not? Yeah, you could use this advice, this piece of advice as an option. And as for me, I think that I can add here one more thought about the realizing the opportunity of studying as an investments in yourself. Yep. So and this is your choice how you will do that, but this is your professional and personal growth. So this is your choice. So let's make the right choice, guys, all together, and we need to shift to the second case. So thank you so much for the first one, Iurii. And the second case is about the specialist versus generalist and versus manager. Very interesting case. And the main conditions of this case are the next: that we can have a question, or we can faced with a question in practice. Should BA in deep dive into technical or other professional areas, or BA still need to develop a broad experience at all? Yeah, this is a main holy war question of this time. So what kind of choice BA going to face in existing reality? Yep, I think that we have some kind of answers for you guys. Iurii?
Yeah, so again, a bit of a context. When you are a trainee or junior, you don't think about becoming someone specifically. Not many people, when they are trainee, they think, okay, I'm going to be a manager in 10 years, or I'm going to be a SAP domain expert and business analyst, right? So when you are a trainee and junior, you'd better just get your experience, do whatever it is thrown into you, and connect with people, soak that experience from everybody around you. And when you get to the middle position, that's the place where you really start thinking, okay, what's next, right? You have enough experience, you have enough practice, now you can choose. And there are three ways usually. It's a specialist, generalist, or manager. Manager, it's simple, right? It's 90% not BA. For BA position, it's people management, it's emotional intelligence, it's support, it's organizational stuff. Also skills important for BA, but it's like 90% of what you do is not about BA, right? It's separate job. So that's it. If you're into that, that's your choice. Generalist versus specialist is a bit different. So generalist is when you don't dive deep into any topic. You try to dip your toe into many different topics, different domains, and you work on many different projects, maybe simultaneously, maybe one by one, but you don't stick with one thing for a long time. And specialist is when you, for example, start learning AI and you work only in AI project. So that's like a specialist thing, and they have pros and cons, both of them. As a generalist, you probably you can work in any kind of area, but you never go deep into that area, and you will be outrun by specialists in that area. But you can work in any kind of thing. But being a specialist brings other challenges and threats. For example, if you stick to one technology for a long time, you may lose your touch for other technologies. And for example, if the market shifts, you might have problems with finding a new job. So the first challenge is to what career way to choose when you are a middle. There is no silver bullet here, in my opinion, but you can at least think what you feel inside when you decide between those. Do you want to work with people, like manage them and lead them and motivate them? Okay, maybe manager is for you. Do you prefer changing context all the time? Maybe generalist for you. If you prefer sticking to one thing and you are not afraid to, well, losing your job, or you think that niche is forever, that maybe you can go into a specialist.
Yeah, and I think I'm thinking right now about the T-shape approach. Yep. So we have V-shape and T-shape approaches in our practice, but I like I like really like I like really the T-shape approach. Why? Because this approach is suitable for as universal tool or universal technique. This approach is suitable for specialist and generalist and manager roles just perfectly, I can say. Why? Because you have an option how you would like, yep, to expand your experience in the we can say the skill set, different skill set, different knowledge, different areas, etc., etc., etc. And at the same time, you can choose how you deep dive or dive deep into them. Yep. So I think that, in my opinion, generalist or BA generalist has awesome chance to become in the future just narrow specialist, if he will need to do that. But this is advantage, in my opinion, of generalist, BA generalist as an option. Yep. And BA specialist has one more cons. Yep. Related to this to this comment. Generalist, BA generalist, can deep dive or dive deep, yep, into different areas. Definitely with the help of different kind of educational programs, some kind of practical experience, mentoring, tutoring, etc., in very fast, rapid manner, actually, because he has a wide experience or broad experience in different things. But the specialist or narrow specialist, he has a problem because he can't grow up his broad experience immediately or in short period of time. This is some kind of restriction. Yeah. So guys, this is your choice, but you have an option, as we mentioned with Iurii. You can use the T-shape approach. Yep. For your professional growth as an option, and to be on the edge every time when you need to do that. And Iurii, I have a question here because you highlighted very cool primary challenges. Yeah, so the first one is about optimal career direction. We were talking about that a little bit previously. But we have two more options here: how to shape your personal conditions to grow, and the second one, how to sell your specific skills to company. I think the last one is the most important. What you can advise to our audience?
Oh yeah, I think I covered partially the personal conditions because I talk about what you feel inside and what matches to general. For example, if you're working with the company, and usually the company is this huge machine, and there are a lot of people, and there is management, and there are goals, and this is very complex kind of enterprise or organization, and there is a single one of you, right? So if your goals doesn't match with the company goals, well, let's be truthful here. Probably the company will always win, right? And that's fine because you work for this organization, but not an organization for you. At the same time, I've seen numerous times that people who are, they had this single idea, and it seemed like impossible to sell this idea to the company. But what they did, they actually researched the topic. They understood how this idea might make more money for the company. And even if this idea wasn't like on hype at that moment, or not that popular, or maybe underdeveloped at the moment, they pitched the idea and they get funding from the company to create their own department, their own direction within the company. So if you want to sell something not typical for your company, you really need to get some sales skills, some pitching, some research, and maybe some financial analysis skills to try and show how this potentially could contribute to company goals in future. That's probably the only way really to sell what's not typical. Just find how to sell it to company, then the company could sell it to their clients.
Yeah, absolutely. And you need to develop this. You need to lead this process, because nobody aren't interested in your professional growth. I mean, as a primary goal for them. Yeah. So you need to care about that by yourself, and you need to understand, to analyze every time on periodical basis. You need to analyze your career path. You need to analyze what kind of additional value you can provide to your company. It's equal to the company's clients. Yep. So that means that you should concentrate your attention on permanent basis on that focus, on this focus of your specific activities in the company. I think that this is all, right now about the case number 2, and let's shift to the case number 3 about knowledge versus money. Yeah, this is always tricky question for all of us, but this, if you want to describe the conditions, we can say that BA has not a trivial task to define really needed skills for career growth. Yeah. Because everything is changing, especially in these dynamic conditions in the world, in the business world. So individual value proposition creation process are not set up in a big share of IT companies, but value proposition creation. This is very, very important words for us. And why, Iurii? What do you think about?
Well, I think that's very important because, again, getting back to our culture kind of approach and our mindset, it's not like a bad thing. It's just what we have as people, right? We expect others to give us something. Again, I'm not sure where it comes from, but it was stated many times, and I agree with that. And from my observation, a lot of people expect company give them something, but we really need to understand that we are in charge of our own career, right? Not the company. And we can work in synergy at the same time. So, for example, you have this PDP. This is your tool to do something, right? With your tool, you can just get some knowledge and be happy with it. That just you're contributing to science or to this domain, and you can share your knowledge, but not applying it specifically. Or you're using that as a tool to grow and make your career, which is, by the way, a very separate set of skills to make your career, but that's a bit another topic. So you need to sit with yourself and make a decision. Either you're learning for yourself, that's fine, you just want to do that, you enjoy learning, but you are happy with the same amount of money, same position you have, and the company might be happy with that. So that might be synergy here. Or you want to grow and grow rapidly. In this case, you need to understand that you need to work on this first challenge, right? To make agreements and openly discuss what you want with the company and your manager. And it feels abysmal to sit with your manager and openly talk, okay, I want this, what I need to do for that, right? Because both you and manager might not be ready for this conversation. I talk to different managers and principal BAs around the globe, not only in Ukraine, but UK, Belgium, France, USA. And sometimes people don't know how to approach their managers because they are scared to the death that they need to have this money or growth conversation. At the same time, managers are scared as well because they don't have enough tools to work. They sometimes don't even know what's the price range for this specific position, and they work as mediators between you and business. But anyway, the only probably solution here is to sit with non-offensive way, not attacking anyone, but say, hey, I want this. I understand that it might be not typical thing, but what can we do to be there?
Yeah. Honest conversation, you mean? Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So we need to, guys, based on Iurii's idea, we need to provide some kind of transparency. Yep. And very clear and sharply defined agreements between specialist or business analyst and his manager. Yeah. And only honest and transparent conversation can help us to be on the same page, to feel the needs of each other, and to create something unique to, about the value proposition creation, from the both sides. Not very big quantity of IT companies in Ukraine, I guess, doing that on permanent basis. So when you define the value proposition in skills area from business analyst side and some kind of other options from company side, how this company or that company is going to support this or that BA with his needs, and what kind of value, extra value, company can provide to this specialist for his reliability, for his passion in his work, etc., etc. So it's also about motivation, but this is completely another topic. And I have a question about these challenges that you highlighted for our guys, for our colleagues. The last one is also very interesting. How to fix agreement conditions on the paper with the save of aligned vision.
Yeah, it's basically very tied to the second one with skills estimation. Basically, when you have this transparency, you sit with your manager and you get this conversation. And for example, you say, I want this amount of money extra. What can I do? And they say, okay, do this or do that. How do you estimate if that's the right amount of money for you to, to do something extra? Yeah, it's a really tough conversation out there. But if you manage to accept that offer and you think it's valid for you, you really need to sit and define those criteria based on which you will start getting that compensation and doing that thing that was suggested, right? And sometimes it works like this: first you do something, then you get compensation. In other cases, you get compensation right away with doing another thing. But any approach which is chosen, both of them might work depending on details. But you really need to sit with your manager and say, okay, we've got this agreement. Of course, we can have a gentleman's agreement and just shake our hands, but let's put it into writing. Not to forget, because we have, for example, set a goal which will be solved in half a year or in a year, and we have this complex plan. We really need to put this in writing. And if there is nothing to hide, if there is no under carpet games here, no stuff like this, it will be just put in writing, and then you can refer to them. But if there is a problem in, fixing your agreements, it might be something fishy out there. I'm not suggesting it is, but it might be. So it might be a red flag for you.
Absolutely. I just vote in with plus sign for your thoughts. And I think that I can add one more interesting idea, for all of us. That I'm thinking right now about the old American proverb about the work, generally, or about the agreements. Please don't tell me that you are professional. Show me that you are professional. So this is a main principle, main tenet of this agreement. And I'm also thinking about the conditions, how we're going to fix this agreement. I mean, conditions, mental readiness, no pressure, full control about everything, what we are talking, from both sides, etc., etc. And our business analysts shouldn't care about that process at all. You need to provide your, again, you need to provide your transparent opinion, and you need to open your soul and heart and your thoughts, and take this agreement that you want with your company representatives. So I think that was an awesome, the third case. And guys, as usually at the end of our amazing meeting, BA Project Insider meeting or event, with Iurii, we prepare for you based on all things, etc., and our experience. We prepared for you some kind of optimal PDP personal development plan preparation approach. So this approach will be published on our Confluence pages, on IIBA page, on Global BA community page. So on our personal pages, and my page in LinkedIn, and Iurii's page in LinkedIn. So thank you so much for your attention for today event. And I think that if you have any kind of questions, please provide these questions to us, and we're going to support you with our answers. And I think that we also want to highlight some kind of special event from EPAM company, Global BA Analysis Community, and IIBA Ukraine chapter. Fantastic event that will be conducted 31st of October this year. Don't miss the chance to register to this event. But please be attentive. This event will be conducted in Ukraine, or will be performed in Ukrainian language this time. So this event is about the professional business analyst development as an object, of BA life. And we can say the second liner, here is the challenge. Where are we going? Where are we going together? As a business analyst. So Iurii will be the speaker on that event also. Don't miss a chance to hear the experienced BA, experienced professional Iurii Gomon, and other guys who also will participate in the conference. And don't forget to subscribe to Iurii page, to our Global BA or Business Analysis community page. And Iurii, thank you so much for this amazing conversation and this valuable and very rare topic in discussions about the BA's work. So guys, we wish you happy Friday and great weekend. And as usually, see you next week. So thank you so much and goodbye.